live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I am Stephanie Fitzpatrick, a.k.a. the Advantage Coach.
And I believe that this is episode 77 of the Field to the Real podcast. Between the podcast numbers and now the pep talk numbers, like it's just too many numbers now. It's too many numbers to remember. Thankfully, I didn't mess up the pep talk on Wednesday, and I almost put out the wrong one. So, well, I can't say forgive me because I went back and made sure I checked. But yeah, guys.
He's doing a lot, y'all. He's doing a lot. He is. And I'm just over here like, oh, I'm sorry. I can't help it.
Man.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you good. You good. You cranking them joints out. I haven't even started the post game. I'm like,
yeah, I didn't say anything. I just was gonna let you figure that out.
I'm waiting to do something to this head. Which I guess don't matter because I am on this podcast every week.
I was gonna say every week you on the podcast. You don't look crazy at all. Whatever. Go on and do what you do. You said you wanted to do something. Go on and do it. If that's what you want to do, go on and do it.
I think I may in the next couple of weeks. Okay. Even though yesterday, like I had, I'd be wearing my little
that thing.
Yesterday, I had taken it off and I was walking around and I was like, man, I don't know.
Like, because
I don't know. But now let's get to who's really right.
All right.
I was just about to say, I think that a previous Who's Really Right might have been confirmed, but no, I don't think we said who would win the Tampa Bay Saints game.
Oh no, we didn't.
I don't think we said that.
No.
But there is a Who's Really Right that it would take some weeks for it to be confirmed about our thoughts on how Tom Brady was going to do this year.
Yeah.
We talked about that, I want to say, around the time that he had committed to go to Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. I'm feeling good about that one right now.
Okay.
So for this week's Who's Really Right, we got to throw Tampa Tom back in there.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie,
I'm going to let you go first.
Is Tom Brady going to be okay?
You go first.
Okay, yeah. I'll go first.
I'm going to let you go first this time. Yeah.
No, he's not going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a gradual decline for the last few years. We have seen his numbers decline. And if you look at the tape of the game, which so many people in the media are refusing to do because they just blindly believe in Tom Brady and his ability to play past the age of 45. What they're not seeing is that he just doesn't have the arm strength that he used to have. And I get it. This is a new team. I won't take all of your talking points. But
no, go ahead.
I get it. But absent the all of the stuff with continuity, he's just in decline. And I don't think it's going to get any better. I think that he probably will have his moment of carving up some of the very porous defenses in the NFL. But I think the Tom Brady that we're used to seeing, I don't think that guy is there anymore. And it's okay because he's 43 years old. And I understand that when we see greatness, we want to see it extended. But Father Time is undefeated. And I think Father Time has struck midnight on the Tom Brady that we've known.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm done.
I didn't say anything. I was just letting you know.
I see them facial expressions. Those of you who can't see.
No, I'm trying real hard.
Those of you who typically listen on the listening platforms, please go to YouTube so you can see all of Stephanie's facial expressions. Those facial expressions tell the whole story.
I try real. Listen, I had to I was on a Zoom call for work yesterday. I had to keep pressing the button to take the audio off.
Oh, man.
So that they wouldn't see my facial expressions because I was really like, it was really awful. Anyway.
Well, see, look, you can feel it when it's coming.
I know. That's why I was like, oh, let me see. It was really bad. But anyway, so the first thing I'm going to say is it's a natural process. You are correct. Tom Brady is older. He will not and cannot be Tom Brady from 10, 15, 20 years ago. He can't be. But what I will say is, and I don't know, I guess it's because he's with Tampa Bay that I don't see him the same anymore. He's not a Patriot, so I don't see him the same anymore. That I can have some empathy here and say, look at it from, I guess, a different perspective and say even a slightly diminished Tom Brady is still one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Not because of his arm strength, but because of his football IQ.
Okay.
And his work ethic and his leadership and his veteran leadership that he brings to this, and his attitude of excellence that he brings to a team that might not have experienced that.
Okay.
I feel like those things are the qualities that he brings to this team that when they really mesh, you said it, some of this is about chemistry and just they haven't had preseason. They haven't really, you know what I mean? Like a lot of this is just them finding their way and getting on the same page. He's got receivers, running backs that can go catch the ball. They don't have to be 40 yards down the field.
Right.
They can adapt the dink and dunk game. Tom Brady ain't never really been he throw it down the field, but not real. Like he ain't been that dude anyway. So it's just to me like a chemistry thing. Once they get that together, even diminished Tom Brady is going to be okay in Tampa Bay. And let me say this. The other thing that might make him not look like Tom Brady that we know is you playing in the NFC South. You're no longer in that cushy little conference that you had. You know what I mean? And you're going to play more NFC teams than you did before. So literally that was the thought I had after the game. It was funny because it made me think about college football. You know how I feel about the conferences. So I'm always like, this was like him being introduced as to the SEC.
Okay.
You play grown men when you play the SEC. You know what I mean? Like, it is different. It is just different. Not diminishing any other conferences, but we know it's just a different game.
It's a different football game in the SEC.
Yeah. And so I feel like it's a combination of, not being able to have preseason, not really being able to develop that chemistry. Yes, there's a diminished Tom Brady. Yes, you playing in the NFC. And let's be clear, you also played a team that is pretty darn good. And they've been together. You ain't got they didn't have a lot of attrition. They didn't have a lot of people moving around. So this is a team that's well-oiled. They know what they're doing. They play together. So all of that, I think, plays a factor in this particular what we witnessed this last Sunday.
Last week.
And I think that he will be okay.
Well, I feel like we've been witnessing it for some time, and that's where I built my argument. I feel like we've been witnessing this decline for some time, and even with him playing in the NFC South now, like he's played against great teams before and performed well, you know. And I guess all of those factors that they go together, you know, new team, you're not just playing somebody you can just roll up on and beat them in your sleep.
It's not the Dolphins. It's not the Bills of old.
Well, so to say that, though, because they lost to the Dolphins last year. And if we remember that pick that Janoris Jenkins took to the house from the Saints this past week, there was a player from the Dolphins, and I don't remember his name, took a pick to the house the same exact way the very last game of the season last year. Okay. And so it's a whole nother topic, you know, Bruce Arians' criticism of the way that he played. That'd be a whole nother topic. But him saying that lets me think that it's something deeper than no continuity, new playbook. You know, because
they're trying to figure their thing out too now. Because
absolutely.
They're trying to because this is part of the thing that attracted Tom Brady to this opportunity was Bruce Arians being real transparent with him and saying, you'll have a really big say in how this offense is run.
Right.
Like, I'm going to just pay somebody to be the offensive coordinator, but really?
Oh, wait, hold on now. Don't do that to Byron Leftwich. Don't you do that to Byron Leftwich.
You know how I feel about Byron, but I'm just saying, like, Tom Brady has more autonomy to say what happens with this
what goes
offense.
Than
he did with Belichick.
Because in you know, you see that with good quarterbacks when the game plan is being created, like the great quarterbacks are in the room saying, okay, this is what we need to do here. Like, you may not get a Baker Mayfield in that type of meeting. Yes. But
I'm like,
the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's, the Drew Breeses, they're in those meetings with the
Matt Ryan. They when he get one that he can stick with, Matt Ryan. I was about to say, to be in the room.
Matt Ryan didn't have
30,000 different baby.
I don't know about Matt Ryan.
No, Matt Ryan need to be in the room, but
we might need to put Matt Ryan in that category with Baker Mayfield.
Oh, no, we don't. No, you don't do that. No, you don't. Who's the pass leader this week? Oh, Matt Ryan. Oh, okay.
It's true.
Oh, okay. Who was the receiving leader? Oh, Julio. Oh, okay.
Did they win?
It don't matter. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about individual performances. We're not talking about the team because the offense was clicking. It wasn't the offense. It was the defense that was the problem.
They'll get a fantasy award for that.
Hey, I'm okay. That's fine. All I'm saying is we were talking about individually as a So
I was texting you in the middle of that game too, and I was like,
I know because I can't see it up
the Seahawks lose.
I got so much. Listen, so I have a friend that's a Cowboys fan, and he was like, "Hey, did the Falcons win today?" Asking for a Cowboys fan. Oh, you got jokes. See, the Cowboys hadn't played by then. I was like, "Oh, you got jokes." I said, "Let's just see when y'all take that L. What you saying?" Don't do that.
I know he was upset later on that evening.
Oh yes, he didn't even want to talk to me. No, come on, bro. Let's talk about it. Well, yeah. And he was like, we'll just see what happens next Sunday. Okay, let's see.
I think that Tom Brady won't be okay. And apparently Stephanie thinks that he will be.
I do. Even though he's in the same division with my team, I still listen.
I think your team is going to beat them.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know. I don't know that they're gonna have such a fantastic year. I don't know. But we talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about Tom Brady.
True.
The same conversation we're having about Matt Ryan. I'm talking about Tom Brady, not Tampa Bay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go
Tompa Bay. I got to remember that one. The Tompa Bay. Okay.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to go as Tom Brady goes. Like you said, like he's probably going to be the emotional leader in the locker room.
Yeah.
You know, if he isn't playing well, the team is going to do bad. If he's playing great, that's going to lift up everybody around him. So I just don't see it for him.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to this one at the end of the season.
Please do.
Another Who's Really Right under my belt.
You need to make a note on your phone so you can make sure we talk about this again. Not problem. Make sure we're talking about Tom Brady though, okay?
Yeah,
not Tampa Bay.
Not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I can't.
All right, I'm sorry.
Oh God, that is so funny to me.
It's a shame that we have to keep saying that history is made.
Yeah.
In these instances.
It really is.
But this week, for the first time in the history of the NFL, 10 of the starting quarterbacks of the 32 teams in the NFL were black. Mm-hmm. Now, I have mixed feelings about this, but tell me how you feel about it.
From a very surface level, if I don't think too deeply about it, like the whole "this is ridiculous that we're just now having this happen" thing, I'm very proud of it. Proud of them, not proud of the NFL. Proud of them,
right? For
taking on what has historically been something that's a role within a team that is considered like the pinnacle and historically has been given to white men. Just out of just out of the premise that they're smarter, they're more apt and able to read defenses and be able to handle the playbook and all of the responsibilities that come with being a quarterback. So for me, from just the surface level, very proud of them. Saddened that we even have to celebrate this or talk about this or that it was news, because how many have we seen or that we haven't seen that could have been, should have been in these circumstances before.
Right.
So I'm very proud of those 10 young men who went out and, did their thing this week.
Right. And I believe that they went 7-3?
Did they? It's Cam Newton. He won. Patrick Mahomes won. Lamar Jackson won.
He won.
Russell Wilson won.
Yes,
Teddy Bridgewater lost. Dak Prescott lost. Tyrod Taylor won.
They won.
No, they lost. No, they didn't. Did they
Chargers?
win?
Who did the Chargers play?
I thought they played Indianapolis.
Oh, the Colts definitely lost.
Okay, so they won. Deshaun lost. Because they played the Chiefs.
4,
yeah. And then your team won. And Kyler Murray, did they win? The Cardinals.
The Cardinals won. The 7-3. Yeah. That's right. So those were the 3 that lost. And then 2 of them went head to head, so they had to be. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody had to lose. Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
But and that's amazing. Part of me, like you said, surface level, like it's a wonderful accomplishment. Yeah. And it's about time that Black men are being seen as able to play the position, like en masse. But when you dig into the numbers of the fact that 70% of the NFL is comprised of Black men, but that's less than 30% of
30%. Yep, that's
of the
right at 30%.
Position.
Yeah.
Of the quarterback position is held by Black men, then like it's saying something. And I think if we were to look deeper into the numbers, we're looking at the starters now, but if we were to look deeper into the numbers with backups and the ability of those backups, I think we would see a story that is still very telling. One that says that there are not enough Black men in positions of leadership to properly evaluate Black quarterbacks, specifically Black quarterbacks, because 70% of the league is, or more, than 70% of the league is comprised of Black men. And none of the owners are Black.
Yeah.
So, I think the numbers show en masse the mindset.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a threatening thing too, because when you look at all of these quarterbacks, they're all very not only are they good pocket passers, they're very athletic. So that's a whole nother realm that I think is starting to be accepted and sought after. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, yeah, we do want the quarterback that can be the dual threat. You know what I mean? Because that puts more pressure on the defense. The defense got to be prepared for anything at that point. So even watching Joe Burrow run that touchdown, or you know, Aaron Rodgers has been one of those kind of quarterbacks all along. Even though he rarely takes off the run, he's still very mobile. Yeah. So, you know, just watching this evolution happen, and I think that is what's happening and why we're seeing more acceptance of it. Like when, you know, because you got to think, really, we had Black quarterbacks. There was Dante Culpepper, Warren Moon, all of these people, but they tried to just fit into what was said of what a quarterback should be. It wasn't until Michael Vick came and y'all just had to be like, well, dang. I mean, the boy can't help but
you know what?
I think he started that kind of.
I was just about to say Randall Cunningham, but I would still say with the way that Randall Cunningham jumped around with teams,
they weren't accepted of it.
Michael Vick was probably the first that was like, we drafted him number 1 overall, and he's going to be the face of this franchise.
Yep. And he's going to not only throw the ball, but we want him to be a dual threat quarterback. That's the difference. Like even Randall Cunningham, that is not what they wanted. That is not what
not more improvisation.
Donovan McNabb, that's not what they wanted. You know what I mean? But they took what he would give when he would give it, but they didn't want that. They made a point of utilizing Michael Vick's dual threat ability. Yeah. And so now it's becoming just more, that's just what you expect. You know what I mean? And I don't care what color he is, like they looking for that in most quarterbacks. Like, you know what I mean? I don't care what color you are. I just need you to be able to be mobile. Yeah. You see very few. Daniel Jones is one of the few that I've seen that's been drafted recently that's just more pure pocket passer quarterback.
Wait, but he can run too. I don't know if you remember that game against the football team in Washington last year where he took off up the middle of the field, and I want to say he ran like a 30, 40-yard touchdown.
No, I missed all that. Okay.
So, I was surprised. Definitely not pleasantly, but I was surprised. I was like, he can run like that?
Yeah.
And then that's when I forgot who his coach was there. No, he came from Duke. So whoever his coach was at Duke came out and said, yeah, he ran a lot for us.
Okay. But
I think now, like, I watched the game the other night. I watched a piece of it. You know, I fall asleep on games.
Of course you do.
I don't remember seeing him do a lot of running.
No, he's not. He looked more like Eli than anything. So, Okay. Well, all right. Still kudos to them. Let's not
definitely
diminish this.
Yeah.
Like, congratulations all to all of those fellas that are starters in the NFL as quarterbacks. Yeah.
All right. D-Hop.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't remember, DeAndre Hopkins was traded from the Houston Texans, who ended up losing last week, their first game.
Boy, did they need him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He was traded to the Arizona Cardinals in the offseason. And I didn't find this out until you told me, but he actually managed his own deal. You haven't seen a lot of players do this.
Nope.
And I think more can and should. While it does take a job away from,
there'll still be plenty of football players who won't want to do what he's doing.
Right.
So,
but I think a lot of them can do it, and I think a lot of them should do it. And not even just because like you don't want to pay that whatever the commission is to your representation. But I think that a lot of people need to hear from the organization these arguments about their worth.
Standing up and being in the room for yourself.
You need to be in the room.
If you have representation, you still should be in the room for yourself. Your story is your story. Can't nobody tell it like you.
Nope.
Yeah. But for him, now his thing is, so the actual thing, he negotiated an extension because they just brought him in traded. He was traded, so they took on his contract. But he negotiated an extension that will have him there for 5 years, and it added $54.5 million to his contract. And he said he negotiated 90% of it, but his reasoning is because he already knows that when his playing career is over, this is what he wants to do.
Coach?
No.
Oh, you mean it's like
negotiate?
Okay. Oh, that's
cool. He said it's ownership and me believing in myself and my ability to study the terminology of contracts and me knowing where I want to be after football. I know one day I want to be a part of an organization and help build it. So I feel like this was a good time to learn and study everything that hopefully I'll one day be doing.
I love it. Like, and he didn't just go in there, like he prepared himself.
Yes. He said, I think also just showing other players that you can get things done yourself if you believe in yourself and have the right team around you. Agents are great. There's never no knock on the agent or nothing against the agent that I had previously. That there was no bad ties to them. It was just something that I wanted to do myself.
Yeah.
So they said teammate Larry Fitzgerald has done his, Russell Okung, Richard Sherman, Bobby Wagner, Laramie Tunsil have also done their own deals.
Did not know about Laramie Tunsil. I think I heard about everybody on that list except Laramie Tunsil.
Yep.
And given what happened with him, he is now a Houston Texan. So he used to be DeAndre Hopkins' teammate. But given what happened to him on draft night, I'm surprised that he would have wanted to. But it makes sense. I'm surprised that he would have wanted to, though.
Why though? I mean, well, it makes sense. I guess I'm going back to it makes sense.
Well, I feel like, like you said, nobody can tell your story like you. So it makes sense that you go in there and you explain that situation because I'm willing to bet that will always be used as a bargaining chip against him getting all of the money that he could.
Right.
But I can imagine, trying to go advocate for yourself with something like that. It could turn contentious.
Good practice.
Yeah.
Good practice.
Yeah.
You know,
I applaud him for doing it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I feel like he probably felt like nobody can tell my story.
Right.
Like I can. It doesn't make sense for me to send somebody in representing me when I need to be the one looking you in your face, telling you.
Right.
Yeah. Like that would be my I feeling. That's why I'm like, oh yeah, I feel him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a good deal.
But good stuff, Deon.
Good deal.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. So the fans in Kansas City. I don't know a nice way to talk about them, but let's just say what they did during the game last week when the Kansas City Chiefs played the Houston Texans. The teams made the decision to show a sign of unity by locking arms at midfield during the playing of the national anthem. The fans in Kansas City, seeing this sign of unity, decided to use that moment to boo. How do we feel about this?
I'm with Ryan. So I didn't see this. I didn't see the beginning of the game, so I didn't see that happen. But I saw the commentary later when Ryan Clark when Ryan Clark was talking about this, and his take on it is, I think, where I stand on it. It is almost the shut up and dribble mindset. And so I feel like those fans were booing because it was an issue that they felt like wasn't important. It was, so Ryan Clark's thing was they booed because this was something about Black people. He just was blunt about it. He said, because this was something that's about Black people, it's of lesser importance to other people. Therefore, they booed what they thought was a waste of time. He said, had this been about
breast cancer,
breast cancer, autism, anything that is universal and could affect anybody, then they may not have been feeling that way because it could be somebody they know. But because it doesn't affect them and it's not personal to them, they don't have any personal real connection to it, they thought it was a waste of time and they booed it. I was disappointed to hear that. Because I'm still in shock every time I hear or see something where somebody had, after seeing, like, if you were being willfully blind before, you can't, there's no way in this present culture and society that you can continue to say that you didn't know with the way that things have gone on. And so even if you don't back it up to things from the past that have been atrocious that you knew were there but didn't really pay attention to, you've had to pay attention to what's happened in recent months. And so I'm still in awe and just shocked when I hear people not finding any compassion for that. That doesn't mean I need you to get up and go shout from the rooftops. That doesn't mean I need you out in the street. But at least acknowledge. At least be able to say, this is real for them. This is, and I hate that this has happened to them, or I don't care, but I acknowledge that this has happened to them. And this is what's going on. This is their reality. And so when I see, this is kind of like a whole group of people saying, we don't care. You don't mean nothing. Who are you? And that bothers me tremendously. I was extremely disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Even if that's how you feel, just shut up. You shut up and sit. How about that?
Shut up and watch the game.
That's right.
I like that. Yes. Shut up and watch the game.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. Like, stupidity knows no bounds. And Ryan Clark was, like you said, he was straight on with his commentary about it. Being black doesn't affect anybody other than black people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I say that, but shout out to the people who are, to the other races who are true allies, who at least attempt to empathize.
That's all I'm asking for. I don't, yeah.
I won't say anything controversial, even though it was on the tip of my tongue.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I cut you off.
So, the mental health moment. Dak Prescott. And I said I wasn't going to bring this up, but I have to.
Oh, Lord. You're going to bring up Skip.
Bayless is a miserable old man. And I guess
miserable old man.
He is. He's a miserable old man, and he just irks my soul. Forget about his commentary on LeBron. I just think,
Lord.
I feel like that's trolling. This right here, what he said was heartfelt, and he truly believes it. And it feels like he's one of those fans who's so blinded by his fandom that he would say something, or forget that he said it, that he would feel this way about someone who's dealing with so much. Now, I'm sorry I had to get that out, but to set the stage.
It's audacity.
Yeah.
It's audacity. Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Audacious.
In the middle of, okay, big words. Audacious. Hey, look.
Audacious.
One of my favorite words is auspicious. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
It's auspicious.
It was very auspicious.
Yeah. And somebody heard me say that, and they was like, "You showing off."
Oh my Lord! Really? Like auspicious is showing off? Okay.
I told you my friends call me Big Word Jarrett, and I don't know if they're actually being funny or like.
Oh my God! Really? Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
Well, we're true kindred spirits. I heard that yesterday. We had to give our leadership point of view in our meeting yesterday, and I used the word reciprocity. Yeah, and they were like, "Okay, big words." I'm like, "That's not a big. What is wrong with you?"
If you don't dig into a thesaurus,
y'all need to get like these prisoners and get you a dictionary and read it every day. Like what?
A word a day.
Right. Yeah. But anyway.
But I'm sorry. So Dak Prescott has been dealing with a lot this offseason. And he just revealed that not only has he been dealing with the death of his brother, but that his brother committed suicide, which adds another layer to what he had been dealing with. And he had talked about like anxiety and depression and some of those things that he had been dealing with. And I felt like him sharing that, one, probably lifted a weight off of him, being able to share that. Yeah. Two, it opened it up for more people. Like you hear now more athletes talking about their mental health.
Absolutely.
And it's giving way for, folks to come out and share their own story and their own struggles that they've been dealing with. So that we don't have all of these, I mean, not to diminish any other group, but we don't have all of these black men running around here with trauma that they're not able to talk about.
Right.
And so I thought it was awesome that he was able to speak about that.
It was so brave.
Yeah.
It was so brave because what he talked about was feeling the anxiety and the depression before his brother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like him coming out after his brother's suicide and saying what he said was almost like you said, therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also him. I feel like it was also him letting people know to hold him accountable. You know what I mean? Like, so not even accountable, but just kind of check on me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I was already feeling some kind of way before this happened. Now this happens, and it was a suicide. So is this, those are the thoughts that go through your head. I mean, we don't know if he's had those thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, is this something that's genetic? Not suicide, but the depression. And, having those, And so I feel like he said it too, just kind of like the cry for help, kind of, don't y'all check on me. Don't just leave me. Don't let me just kind of go into a dark place and nobody come see about me, because I don't want to be where my brother is. I don't want to get to that point. Like, I feel like it was it's so much deeper than just, I suffer with anxiety and depression. I mean, nothing's minimal about that in itself, but I feel like
the context,
his timing, the timing of doing it, and the fact that he did it after his brother's death, all of that just screams to me, like, see me, help me, you know what I mean? And so back to your original. So for Skip Bayless to, is it diminish? Undermine? I don't even know what word you use.
I think all of those.
Big word, Jarrett. What's the word?
I think those words that you use apply. Like, certainly undermine.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing? It just,
because he made it a thing about leadership.
But who said that leaders are not supposed to have issues? Where did that come from? Listen, our country is led by one.
Yeah.
We have he has issues.
Yes.
I don't care what, this is not about politics. This is just straight on. I don't know, you gotta have blinders on not to see. So who says that when you're in leadership, you can't be human, or you can't have issues, you can't have struggles? That's what makes you a better leader. Transparency makes you a better leader. I just literally, that's what I've been doing for the last 7 months, is participating in a leadership development training for my job. That's if I could read my point of view to you, that's what it says in there. Being transparent and honest makes you a good leader.
Yeah.
Having that ability to share your truth with people helps them to see you as more relatable. So Skip Bayless, we're gonna say the same thing we saying to the Chiefs fans. Go shut up and sit down.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm gonna try to do a good job. Now that Uncle Shannon has his own podcast called Club Shay Shay, I'm gonna try to do a better job of not listening to Skip Bayless.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. That's disappointing. But to Dak Prescott, we hear you, brother. Proud of you for being so brave to come out and share your truth and be transparent with your family, with your teammates, with the fans. So thank you for that. And we hear you. And I know you don't know us, but if you need us, we here.
Right.
Like, that's just how I feel, for real. Like, sometimes somebody just need to know somebody. We here.
Yeah.
And it's genuine. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So anyway.
All
right.
That's good stuff. Feel good final thought. We got two.
Okay.
So the first one is, I love this march that we've been having with women being accepted into male-dominated sports. And I was thinking about it from the other side, and I was like, we got all these men in women's sports. And
there's not even a thought about it.
You know. But to see Sonia Raman, who was hired by the Memphis Grizzlies, get an opportunity. Because if I'm not mistaken, did she coach? She was a
MIT.
MIT. Okay. And so to see her get an opportunity with the Grizzlies is awesome. You know.
They said she's the 14th female head assistant coach to be hired in the league, 7 since 2019. So they've doubled up in 1 year.
In 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So You know, thankful for her for that opportunity. And also on the other side of this, I think the NBA just gets it on this stuff. And it doesn't even feel like pandering because it just comes out of nowhere.
Right.
You know, it got announced, but it's not like we're wearing a billboard. Look, we're trying to diversify. It's like, no, we're going to take the steps and hire those people and give them the opportunity, the people that deserve it, regardless of color, creed,
gender.
You know, I mean, well, we need to see some more black coaches and black what do you call it? It's gonna come to me. General managers.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait, I don't know. I'm waiting. Okay, yeah. Just in those higher up roles, period. Like,
right.
Yeah.
But
no,
in comparison to other leagues, like they are truly pushing forward and making progress.
And she becomes the third Native American.
Oh wow.
Female coach.
Yeah.
In the league. So real cool stuff. Yeah. It's real cool stuff. Love it.
All right. Our second one is we saw a few weeks ago where Pau Gasol had a video of him being with Kobe Bryant's family. Yeah. His wife and his children. And we, you know, everybody I know thought that was cool. You know what I'm saying? To see that he's maintaining that
Uncle
family
Pau.
vibe. But Pau and his wife had a little girl, and they actually named the girl Elizabeth Gianna Gasol. And when you said that, I didn't even see it at first because it was a part of the Feel Good Final Thought. And I didn't realize that there were two. Yeah. You said it, I was like, we got to keep both of them.
Yeah.
We got to keep both
I just thought that was beautiful. I mean, it does something to me every time I hear it on the inside. Yeah. It's just like, hopefully, I mean, you know, she can be whatever she wants to be, but maybe she'll grow up and be a basketball player. Like, you know what I mean? She'll take on Gianna's like persona and like
wear number 2
awesome.
in honor.
Oh my gosh, that'll be amazing. Yeah.
So,
but that was a beautiful thing. Oh yeah, I'm trying to hold it together just because I just think it's so beautiful. Such a beautiful tribute. I love that speaks volumes to me about sport and the camaraderie and brotherhood and sisterhoods that are formed, that are lasting, because Pau ain't been with the Lakers for forever. You know what I mean? But him and Kobe still had that bond and that relationship, and it's evident in here he is, you know, in the kids' lives still. You know, because typically what happens, somebody dies, everybody's around, and they disappear back to their lives. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's still there, and to then make that tribute, just you know, to honor her like that, it's just beautiful. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I thought it was great.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I thought it was great. Okay.
All right, show picks.
Yeah.
What you watching?
Nothing but sports. Like, for real. Okay, so I started this stupid show, The Perfect Landing. It's for little children, but I've been watching it anyway. But yeah, no, it's been basketball and football here for real. Like, like somebody asked me, like, I'm so sorry I haven't been. I was like, oh, you had? I've been watching basketball and football. I didn't even recognize it. Sorry. Yeah. Nah,
that's good. I for the amount of hours that I could stay awake, I've been like, if a game is on, I'm watching that.
Yeah.
But I had to throw a throwback in there.
Yeah.
You know, we're fans of Will Ferrell.
What?
Talladega
Super fans,
Nights.
listen.
Talladega Nights.
Hey, look at Ricky Bobby.
Of Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby.
Man, and it's crazy. I use the meme all the time. I mean, I use the GIF all the time, and it just brought it back to me that Michael Clark Duncan passed away. But I use that meme all the time, like, don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Right.
It made me think about
Yeah.
I mean, the GIF, I just said the meme again. The GIF.
Yeah.
And it made me think about it. So I had to, I didn't get to finish the whole thing, obviously. But
of course you didn't. Because you went to school. We're going to go to the doctor. Make sure you don't got narcolepsy. Like, really? What is the problem?
Nah. I mean.
No, you just be working.
Yeah. I get home late. And as soon as I turn something on, I get up at 4:30. 4:20.
I know, which is all in itself. Anyway, we're not going there.
Yeah.
I said that to Jamia. Jamia said 4:30. I said,
but you got to be up that early.
She said 4:30 ? Like, what?
Man.
I don't know, girl. I don't know what he need to do at 4:30 in the morning, but he is up. So yeah. So, but all good.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We at the end of another one. Episode 77, I believe. I think it's episode 77. I think I'm right. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna start planning 180. Okay.
You said 180?
We're gonna start planning 100 at 80.
At 80. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. We only got a few left then.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to reach out to us, if you want to hit us up, certainly hit us up at our Instagram page. That's Field the #2 The Real Podcast. Hit us up on Twitter. That's Field the #2 The Real P1. If you want to shoot us an email, fieldtotherealpodcast@gmail.com. Please go to our YouTube page, Field to the Real Podcast. Like, share, comment, feedback.
Let's go watch. Like, come on, y'all. Like, really. Like, we doing good stuff. I need people to really.
Yeah, we need you to check it out.
Yes. Real talk.
And just, hit us up. Make sure you check out the pep talks. They are every Wednesday. I tried to get them at 8, but I try to do it in the evening time when the algorithm say that most people are like watching. So please check that out somewhere in the 8 o'clock hour. I wish I could use Hootsuite, but Hootsuite makes you pay now.
What?
Yeah, I tried to. I figured it out. I tried to go, and now Hootsuite says you have to pay to use this. This third party app on Instagram. So I've been looking for a new one to see if anybody else got one.
Right. Oh, somebody got one. Okay.
But as always, we truly love you guys. Those of you who listen every week, tune in every week.
Thank you.
And sit through a whole hour of us. We truly love and appreciate you guys. But we out. Peace.
Now put the cameras on me. 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 Put the cameras on me.